Hi, everyone. Hello. Hello. Hey, I'm already live. I'm not understanding what the issue is. No, just write her in, or what? It doesn't matter. I don't. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not probably just writing it in, right? I mean, yeah. Okay. No. Okay. Bye. Hey guys, that was Joanna calling me right when I went live, and I had to take that call. Hey. So let me scroll back up here and say hey to everybody. Sorry, that was rude of me. Hi, Katie. Hi, Marisol. Hi, Emily and Jennifer Orr, April Grant, Mary Helen, Ashley. Welcome, Ashley. You're new. Hey, Serena, Lauren, Sam Sladish, Hannah B. Let's see here. Taylor Campbell, Alexia, McKenna, Lindy Thornhill. Hey, and then Marina, Zuli, Mary Helen, Connie, Alexis McDougall, Brenna Womack's getting close to graduating, Kylie Cunningham, Melissa Martinez, Carmen Pacheco, Annalisa, Monica, Marina, Carson, hey girl, Faith, Brianna, Annabelle, Cassie, hey, Adasia, Miranda, Victoria, Jasmine, Chandler Porter, Tanzam, Valerie De Los Santos, Alina. Let's see here. Jinrod. Oh wow. I just skipped a bunch. That happened. Jennifer Rodriguez, Riri, Rihanna, Yasmin, Colin, Miles, welcome back. Lauren Baldwin, hey girl. Lauren Garabedian, Promise. Um, uh, hey, remember, since you're logged in as Baldwin's, is that you, Gracie? You need to put your name when so we know who you are because I'm also Baldwin on here. So hey. Hey, Larissa. Oh, it's Joanna. Okay, sorry. Hey, Joanna. Um, hey, Marie and Tabitha and Erica and Chloe and let's see here, Allison Seapress, Destiny, Mallory. Hey, Mallory. Howard, welcome. You're new too. Hey, Carson, Melina, Leslie Montenegro, Mary Helen, Hermina. Hey, girl. Welcome, welcome. So for roll call, some of you that are new, every time we do these lives, it's imperative that you guys will comment in the beginning with your name and your location, obviously your full name, and just so we can make sure we get your credit in the live chat on that. And so remember, you have to log in for each of those segments, logging in live if we're having them, and performing the necessary assignments to get full credit. You have to do that. I know that there was a student that I talked to that had she had re-enrolled with us, and it's been a while, and she was thinking that she could log into one segment and get credit for the whole day. And I'm like, no, girl, you got to come in and you got to turn in the assignments to get the full credit. Just like today's assignment, you're going to get credit for the last 3 hours of the day and stuff. So that's really how that works. So but anyhow, welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you guys are here, starting to kind of see things change for the better. Things are starting to kind of open up slowly but surely. We're not yet, but I think we're getting that much closer. So it's exciting. Some new changes are coming around the corner for us all. It's going to be really exciting. And so I just can't wait. I can't talk about a lot yet because, it's still in, preparations. Let's see here. But once we get the official word on things, you'll kind of know as we roll things out. But we're getting closer. Yay. So exciting. So welcome back. Let's see here. I can't even understand it's lagging. guys, I live out here in Bastrop, and I've got time spectrum, and I've got like all my connections says I'm working hard. My internet's connecting. Let's see here. Yeah, it says I'm all connected up. So I hope you guys. Okay. So Sam says that if you kind of maybe not watch it necessarily live, you do it kind of 20 seconds behind. It won't lag as much, and that's cool. You guys can still chat even though you may be lagging by. Your responses may come a little later, but that's cool. We'll still see them, so it's not a big deal. So I hope it kind of levels out. I'm sorry, you guys, if it's not perfect. We have to understand that a lot of people are using the internet for this type of stuff, so it probably gets a little bogged down from time to time. So, but welcome, welcome, welcome. Today is 5 o'clock, of course, as you can see over here, April 30th, the last day of the month. I will be posting the hours for April within the next day or two. That way we get those posted, because I know several of you are probably getting close. A lot of you are getting close to graduate. There's several of you getting close to graduating. Some of you are also anxiously awaiting PSI exams opening up so you can take your written exam, because you can take those as early as 1,000 hours of completion. So you can do that. And so I'm sure you guys are excited for that too. So once I post those hours, you should become eligible if the testing sites are open for you. So you got to check with psiexams.com to make sure of that, because they're following the same kind of guidelines as we are, opening slowly, in a smaller scale. But anyway, so hey, yeah, so that's the great deal. So we've got a lot of people coming up on graduation. I mentioned Brenna Womack, obviously, she's getting close to graduating. There's several of you, Tabitha Kelly and whatnot, and so we're super excited for you guys. We just my gosh, why did I want to say Connor Daniels? Oh my God. But anyway, we've got a lot of graduates coming up, and so it's really exciting. I will get your diplomas to you if you graduate before we open them up. I'll get them to you once we do reopen. I'll send them in the mail to you. It's no problem with me releasing your hours and stuff, but that's just the examination part. We want to make sure that they're open and you're ready to go. So, all right, well, what we're going to go ahead and do is, so you guys have all kind of logged in here, and got Chatty Cathy with me. Over this next hour, we're going to go and review some of the information. You should have already turned in your assignment that was given to you. It's a kind of a lengthy a review here, but we're going to go over the top. You guys have been talking about resume development and a lot of that stuff, and interviewing skills and professional development stuff, which is really important. A salon and spa professional. That's what you want to be always doing, striving for more and striving to get better. So if you guys will go ahead and get out a view that we're going to go ahead and discuss from the top. So if you'll go ahead and get those out for me, and then we'll go and go with those. After we do these first 25, and we've got the section of that you were supposed to complete as well, which was your Quizlet, your 3-page Quizlet. And so if you had a printer, you could have printed them out, but I think she wanted them handwritten to write them out. You guys, I hope you weren't too upset to write them out, but it helps you to memorize and to remember the information. Good luck reading with your writing. Is your writing terrible, Lauren? That's okay. But remember, you're holding on to these assignments, because when we're going to need these for your folders. No doubt TDLR is going to want to see your participation and verify your completion as well. They want to make sure that we're not a school just giving you hours, guys. You got to work for it. Anything worth anything in this world, we've got to work for. Can you still hear me, though? Frozen. Some you guys aren't able to see me. It's lagging. I don't know what to do. I don't know behind because I'm 5'4" already. So I did that homework. All right. So when we are talking about, we're going to go through this again. Loading. Okay. When should you start keeping careful track of what you are spending? My answer is always. You should have been doing that now when you're in school. You guys should be budgeting already. You're in school, you're students, right? So I say always you should be being careful with your expenses. But really, honestly, as soon as you graduate school and you start to become a salon professional, that's right, Rihanna, always. Always. If I log out, well, won't that drop the video, Stacy? I bet if you log out, yeah. As soon as you graduate. Okay? For me, it's super important. Okay? All right. As soon as you have any kind of income at all, you need to be careful and be careful of your spending. This will help you to control your expenses. And help you to maintain a budget. It is so important to develop a budget and stick to it because you will need to track your sales, both of your services and your retail. You also have to keep track of your retail inventory and even your back bar, the stuff that you use. We're talking even if you're just an independent contractor or if you're a full-on fledged salon owner, you need to track and keep record of your sales, of your services and retail, also your retail inventory and your back bar, your marketing expenses, because you've got to sell yourself, right? And also your education. Okay? This is really important. As soon as you have some income, control your expenses, maintain a budget, track your sales of both service and retail, and keep track of your retail inventory and your back bar. Also track your marketing and your education. This is number two. All right. It's important with that number two to maintain these records because the tax man cometh. At the end of the year, you're going to have to file your taxes. So it's important to maintain your records for your taxes. This is also number one. Number one. Okay, maintain your records for taxes. Okay. Let me type here. All of that information I presented was in fact for, number one. Okay, number one. Now the question number two. Number two, what is something an independent contractor or booth renter is not responsible for? Okay. Booth renters and independent contractors, they have to maintain their own books and taxes. They also have to provide their own marketing tools, and supplies. That's what they have to do. But what they're not responsible for, an example, would be building maintenance fees. You guys should have all these written down, so I don't know why I'm writing them out for you, but okay. What amount is used to calculate tips? Okay. Tips are always appreciated, you guys. Tips are calculated from the service ticket totals. You typically don't get tipped on anything else other than what the service ticket total was, the services that you provided. Okay. Okay. Good idea, McKenna. Thanks. Okay. I agree, Miranda. All right. Now, another thing I want you to remember about that, tips are considered taxable income. They're considered tax industry before becoming a hairstylist. My family, a lot of them have served tables. And yeah, it is dependent on the quality of service for sure. But tips are to report their credit card tips because those actually are transactionally on the credit card. You do what's best for you. You seek a professional on the credit card. You do what's best for you. You seek a professional tax advisor. What they can help lead you in the right direction, but they are required to be reported. Okay, tips are taxable income. Okay. That was the answer to number 4. That was number 4. Tips are yes. Yes. Okay. Now we're going on to number 5. What is the advantage of booth rental? Okay. Of booth rental over other. We have income and revenue. Okay, from our services, income or revenue, whatever you want to call it, from our services and our retail. We have that coming into our salon or to our establishment. From that income or revenue, we take our expenses away. When we take our expenses of the cost of products or a loss. So you definitely want to make sure that your income or your revenue stream is much higher than your overall expense. Okay? So therefore that determines your profit or loss. So that's why being a booth renter is better. Okay. Number 6. Yeah. Number 6 is, what is a destination spa? A destination spa is usually an all-inclusive retreat. It's usually anywhere from 3 to 7 days. Take some time off, get away. But this destination spa, it's focused on spa services. It's focused on spa services. You also may have some physical fitness activities for wellness and wellness education. Seminars are conducted as well. And healthy cuisine a lot of times is provided as well. It's a whole inclusive retreat, if you will. It's an all-inclusive retreat. I know I could use one of those too. That's right. Destination Spa. It's an all-inclusive retreat that includes spa services, physical fitness activities, wellness education, and healthy cuisine. It's around 3 to 7 days in length. And this was for number 6. Now, number 7, it's asking what is the difference between what is a full-service salon? A full-service salon means that it provides all services. That's everything. When you are a full-service salon, you do not turn any client away. You do it all. You may do skin services, offer massage treatments, facials, haircuts and styling, hair color services, waxing, perms, tanning services. So you'd want to have well-rounded stylists or salon professionals. I can't talk today. I don't know why. But if you're a full-service salon, you do it all. That's right. All services, hair, nails, skin, everything. This is what they typically offer when they say they're full service. Now, you could choose to specialize. Like there's wax boutiques that do nothing but waxing. There's salons that do nothing but haircuts. There's salons that do nothing but, like I said, tanning and things like that, or nail salons. Okay? So that's what a full service salon is. That's number 7. Now, we just talked about a destination spa. We just talked about a destination spa. Well, now we're going to talk about how a wellness spa is different. Number 8, a wellness spa is a necessity-driven spa where their focus is going to be on their health and well-being of the body and the systems. It's a focus. There's a reason you're going there. It is not just luxury-based. When we typically think of the spa treatments and the resorts and all that stuff, we're going for rest and relaxation. It's bougie, right? Well, a wellness spa, however, it may still have some of those attributes of being relaxing and whatnot, but it's promoting health and well-being overall. It's a necessity-driven. It's with purpose. Okay, it's not just for luxury. That's the difference. It's a spa with a purpose, per se. Okay. So wellness spa is different because it's necessity driven. It's not just luxury. All right. The next one is number 9. The question says, what form of compensation specifies a specific amount? Okay. A specific amount of pay is referred to as salary. When you are hired on as a salary position, it's a set dollar amount. It's something you can really budget. So when you are dealing with a specific amount of pay, they talk about transferable skills. Transferable skills are skills or abilities or even knowledge that you may have gotten from one position or one workplace, one position. Transferable skills are skills or abilities or knowledge that you have gained that can be utilized at another job or in another position. You can take them with you. These are transferable skills. Okay? You gain a lot of knowledge with every position you're at. You should be growing as a professional. And so those skills that you take with you from that you can utilize. And so those skills that you take with you from that you can utilize elsewhere are called transferable skills. Now, some salons and spas, you guys, when they hire you on, if they're investing in you, they may ask you to sign a contract that you're required to stay on with them for a certain period of time because they're investing money in your training and they don't want you to just take your training and run. So they may require you to be employed for a year or two. And if you happen to terminate your employment early, they may actually require you to pay some of that education expense back. Because turnover is a bad thing. Turnover can be a bad thing. Hold on one second, guys. All right, we juice back up. Am I with you? Are you with me? Oh, now I got real choppy. That's what transferable skills are. What is commission? We talked about salary being paid. You know, a salaried payment to a salon stylist is a specific amount. Commission is variable. Okay, it can vary. Commission is a percentage of perhaps your sales. Maybe it's your sales of your retail or your products, and also your services. They take a percentage of your overall sales or services that you've performed for that day, that week, and they provide that as pay instead of a salary or instead of an hourly wage. Okay? Oh yeah, it's not lagging as much anymore. Okay? So commission is a percentage of the sales or services, which is your revenue that you've brought in. When you're an independent contractor, then you're bringing in business to that place, that salon. So they're giving you a percentage instead of having an hourly wage or a salary. Okay. So this is oh, cat, get down. Uh-oh, guys, my cat just walked across there. I hope she didn't cut y'all off. Oopsie. Can y'all still see me and hear me? All right. So commission is a motivator as well. When you're on commission, that's going to push you because you want to make more money. It can definitely it can be a negative thing if you aren't doing a lot of clients and aren't doing a lot of sales. It can lower your amount of income. So some people Some salons actually will say, hey, if we're not doing enough clients and you're not making enough money off commission, then on a slow day, I'll baseline give you a certain dollar amount hourly. But once you exceed a certain percentage, then we'll switch you to commission. So you have the potential to earn a lot more money with commission if you're a hustler and you really do a lot of clients and the service ticket values are higher. Okay? Someone like Joanna, when she prices y'all's tickets, woo! You can make a lot of money off those service ticket totals if you're getting a percentage of that. Okay, so that's commission. Okay, it can be a motivator. It pushes people to do more. If you're an hourly wage, people are like, I'll ride the clock. I'll do a couple of clients. I'm still getting paid. Whereas commission, you have to hustle. So, it's one of those things. Number 12, it's asking you a question about getting to what is getting to a logical conclusion, having a concluded something through reasonable thinking. Logical reasoning or way of thinking logically, brings you to a logical conclusion, fact-based. That is called deductive reasoning. Okay? We use deductive reasoning every day. When we think logically and we come to a conclusion over the events that have happened or the things that you've heard or you've learned, it's called deductive reasoning. Logical reasoning brings you to a logical conclusion. That's called deductive reasoning. All right. Everybody got that? The next one is, we kind of already asked this a while ago, kind of one of the first questions. So number 13, it is, what is something that is not the responsibility of an independent contractor? Well, it's going to be the same type of response that I gave you before. Okay. So I rewrote it for you. An independent contractor, okay, remember you got your own business. An independent contractor is going to be responsible for maintaining their own records or books and taxes. They are going to be responsible for providing their own marketing tools and supplies. But another thing that we're going to mention that they're not responsible for would be they wouldn't be responsible for any franchise fees. Let's say you're working at a chain salon and you were renting a booth. You're an independent contractor for them. You wouldn't have to pay into any franchise fees. So that's something that you wouldn't have to worry about. That's right. Salon's profit and loss is another answer that you could have written there as well. This is one of those questions. It's a subjective type thing. You could put a lot of different things. Okay. But this is the same as, I think it was like question number 2 you guys had. I can't remember which one it was. It's similar or the same. Okay. So it's number 13. Now, we've been talking about resume development and procuring a job and stuff and what have you. Number 14 is asking, what would you call a meeting that you have scheduled, okay, with a salon to gather knowledge about that salon? What would you call that? A meeting that you would schedule? In your comments, I want to see what y'all said. What is a meeting that you have scheduled with a salon to gather knowledge about that salon? What would you call that? Yeah, I see that, and I see an interview, but what kind of interview? What kind of interview? 'Cause It's an interview, yeah, you're right. But what kind of interview? There you go. Hannah had it, and so did Mary Helen. A meeting to gather knowledge about a salon is called an informational interview. Okay? You're interviewing that salon. You want to know whether or not they're the salon that you should pick. They want to interview people. They want to interview you and make sure your skills are up to par. But you need to interview that salon as well. Are they the right fit for you? So to gather that information, you've got to talk to them, ask some questions. What kind of benefits do they have? What type of benefit, what kind of incentives do they offer? What about continued education? Do they provide back bar for you, or is that an expense of yours? Some of these things we've been talking about with independent contractors and booth renters about them being responsible for their own supplies. Sometimes you can get a sweet, cushy position where a salon will actually offer a lot of benefits to you that it may be in your best interest. It's like, well, heck, if I can work here and not have to buy any back bar and it's kind of cushy, that might be a better option for me. So everything's negotiable. That's one thing you need to realize. Everything is negotiable. And when you guys have the skills to meet the needs of that salon and you've got the experience behind you, you can throw your weight around sometimes and really ask, well, they say shoot for the moon and land in the stars, Yeah. That's right. Give a chance to improve your salary. That's for sure. So it's an informational interview. When you're just trying to gather information about a salon, it's an informational interview. It's not, we've talked about having a practical interview where you're demonstrating that you know how to maybe do hair or perform a facial or perform nails so they can interview you. But now you're interviewing, the wheels have turned, you're interviewing the salon. That was number 14. Now, number 15 is asking, what is a job description? This is going to be important to you guys. You're going to want to ask about this, when you're seeking employ. But what is a job description? Duties or obligations. That's perfect. That's perfect, Monica. Exactly. A job description is important. It is a summary of your responsibilities, the activities that are required of you, what you'll have to perform, the qualifications that you'll need to meet the needs of the salon, and also the skills. A job description is this summary of requirements for a specific position that you are wanting or you're seeking. It's a descriptor. Okay. Now, sometimes we've talked about this before as well. There are going to be some times when you're going to have to be adaptable to change. That is what a leader and a successful person can do. You're going to be adaptable. So sometimes things may be asked of you that may not be within your job description. But sometimes in order to get ahead, we sometimes have to step outside of our job description and show people we can do more and we're capable of more, and that we can handle it. But a job description in general is just a summary of responsibilities, activities, qualifications, and skills needed for a specific job position. Yeah, we'll finish. Don't worry. Okay. The next one, what is networking? I'm sorry. Number 16. What is the term for methods that increase contacts and building relationships in your career? That's known as networking, guys. Networking is simply the process of interacting with other people, but doing it with purpose. We're not just socializing, catching a drink. We're actually doing so with purpose. We may be having that drink, but we're networking. We're gathering names, professional contacts in a social setting. It is the process of interacting with purpose to exchange information. Maybe it's just information about your job. People in real estate, they'll Maybe get together with other real estate people and talk about properties that have opened up. In hair, we'll talk about education a lot of times, new techniques, or maybe the need. Maybe your salon has a need for a stylist, and you're putting the feelers out there. But we're networking with purpose to exchange information and develop professional social contacts. That's what networking is. Okay. The next one is asking you, what is a quota? Number 17. What is a quota? Quota is a word that is really known better as a target or a goal. When someone gives you a week, or maybe it's within the month, maybe it's within a few months or a year, but it is to create motivation amongst the team and focus for the business. So these targets or goals are established for success. You've got to push yourself. So quotas are targets or goals. Okay. Number 18 is asking, what is a summary of education and work experience and achievements? Well, you guys, we've been working on it all week. Oh, that's what a resume is. A resume is a summary of you. It's you on a piece of paper. You're serving it up. Okay? It will list your education, your work experience, right? Your recognition or achievements, and also your goals, what you're looking to do, your objective. That's a resume. Okay? The next one is asking about, what is true of a role model? Role models have attributes that we hope to emulate. They are people who possess the qualities associated with success, like confidence, good communication, shows respect and concern for others. That's what a role model is. It's someone that you look up to, someone's who you hope to emulate. Okay? That's okay, April. You can log back in. I'm going to finish these. Don't worry. Now, the next one, what is a tool for writing an effective resume? So I say, what is a tip to write an effective resume? Is identify skills or strengths that employers want for the position that you're looking for. You correlate them. You tie them to the position you're applying for. You focus on that. That's your focus on a resume. You may have a resume that you may have to pull out and dust off. And when you do, you may have to rejig it around. So it correlates directly with the position that you're trying to apply for. Now, the next one is, when would you write separate resumes? You would do that if you were applying for different jobs that may have different specific requirements. You may have to alter that resume to fit that new job or that new specific requirement. Okay, so that may be when you may have to write a different type of resume or alter it. Okay. Says here, number 22, what is a technique for considering your audience while you're writing your resume? In order to consider your audience, you usually want to use language or verbiage that will allow them to understand your previous position and how your previous position will aid you in your new position that you're applying for. So use words that will help them relate or emphasize the similarities of your old position to your new one that you're requesting. You're making it in layman's terms, if you will. You're breaking it down. Maybe you know something technically or did something more technical, and you've got to relate it to the current job that you're applying for. That's okay if it was in 2014. You can make it modern. No worries, Destiny. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and let's see here. Number 23, it says here, what is meant by highlighting your accomplishments on your resume? That means mentioning your achievements. Okay. So number 23, mention, oh, hold on. Oopsie. Number 23, mentioning your achievements. Okay. All right. Number 24. We got two more on this, and then we can breeze through the other ones. No problem. Number 24. Where in your resume should you mention hobbies that are unrelated to the business? Number 24. Where should you mention in your resume hobbies that are not associated with the business? You should not. You should not. Okay. Number 25, the last one there. What should you exclude from your resume? You should exclude salary requirements. That's right. That's right, Hannah. Salary requirements should be left off. I'm not going to type that, so she did that. Very good. Or irrelevant information. That's true. All right, now you guys go and grab your. We're going to quickly go through the answers here on the next one on your Quizlet. Okay. Number 1. Okay. You ready? Number 1. How can you help avoid liability issues? So I'm going to go ahead and type it. Number 1 is G. Number 1 is G, and that is practice using a new product or treatment before using it on a real client. Number 2, what should your resume include? Okay. Number 2 would be C. Okay. And that is education, work experience, highlight. You know what? We're running out of time here because of the lagging and stuff. I'm going to go ahead and just type the answers real quick, okay, for you. All right. So here we go, because that way you can kind of grade your stuff for. So 3 is F, right? 4 is E. 5 should be A. Okay. Then 6 should be B. And then 7 should be D. All right. Then we're going to come down here to the 7 multiple choice questions. We're going to get through this real quick, okay, because I know y'all have burnt up your hour with this whole technical difficulties. So multiple choice portion now, okay? So these are numbered differently. 1, 2 is B. Hold on. Number 3 was scratched out, so 4 is C. Okay, thanks for sticking it out, Tabitha. And I'm sorry that technical difficulties today, but you know what? Didn't lose my cool, and y'all didn't either. So thanks for sticking it out. I really appreciate you. 6 is C. They like C on this one. Number 7 is C. Then we're going to do the true, false. Okay. Okay. After true, false, number 1 is true. Of everything going on, and So thanks for sticking it out. Yay, there you go. All right, you guys. So final roll call. Make sure you're doing that real quick. Final roll call. Make sure you're chiming in.